their ideas won't withstand challenge. This cancel culture bullshit, cancel culture should be counsel culture. If you say something that's offensive to my values, I should counsel with you about it, not cancel you, not get everybody to hate you. You know, you see somebody that says something on Twitter or says something in an interview that is offensive to some group, and all of a sudden you start reading the messages they get. It's like, I hope you get ass cancer and die, you son of a bitch. I'll cut your throat. I'll come to your house and kill your children. Are you kidding me? It's like, boycott this person, boycott this company. Where did we get to this? Now they're canceling each other. It should be counsel culture, not cancel culture. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let me educate you. Maybe you don't understand. Maybe when you do, you won't agree, but let's talk about this.
I think it's social media. I think it's echo chambers. I think it's people having the ability to discuss things without any social interaction. They're not looking at each other. They're not feeling the other person's emotions and feelings. They're not looking into their eyes. It's a very inhumane way for people to communicate. It's very sterilized, and you can assassinate a person's character or attack them or say horrible, insulting, and threatening things, and you don't feel any response.
Well, how many things do people type that they would not say to you in an elevator?
Yeah.
You know, they had, like you said, they look you in the eye, or they were in an elevator. Same thing with road rage. You know,
Yeah.
if people blow the horn, yell stuff. They wouldn't say that to you if you step in front of them on an escalator.
Right.
They wouldn't say, you rat bastard.
Right.
But they'll say it because they don't have to own it.
Right.
And so many of these people that jump on the bandwagon, they don't even know what they're talking about. They just see somebody jumping on somebody's ass. They go, hey, this is great. This will be fun.
Pile on.
Yeah. And they don't even know what they're talking about. And people's lives get ruined. And that's not solving a problem. That's just being a keyboard bully. And that's a terrible misuse of social media. It's terrible misuse of the internet. And if you would counsel instead of cancel, we could really make some progress.
There's just very few people capable of thinking that way. And social media, unfortunately, reinforces this idea, and it reinforces these tribal groups that connect to their ideology. They support these people in this little tribal group. The problem is that they step out of line at all. These people that are canceling, they run out of people to cancel, and they go after each other. You know, they go out, progressives in particular. You're not progressive enough. They'll go after you for enabling.
Yeah, I had somebody write an article the other day, some site I've never even heard of, that says Dr. Phil's become a platform for right-wing hate mongers or something. And they listed some shows where I'd had on people on the right, giving them a voice. They went down through like 6 or 8 shows. And not one time did they mention that sitting right across from them was the other side. Like one of them was, I had Lila Rose on, who's the Right to Life spokesperson. Very smart woman, and she was arguing that. I had the president of the National Organization of Women and Ben Crump on the other, sitting right across from her. They didn't mention that they were there.
Yeah, of course they don't, because it's not a real article. The article's not a real thought. It's an attack. It's not an unbiased, objective assessment of the conversation. It's horseshit.
But they did like 8 out of 8. They did not mention one time that the other side was there. And it's because they don't want to hear anybody's side but theirs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let both sides say what they have to say and let people make up their own minds about what they want to think and what they want to feel.
Well, that's the way things are supposed to be held. That's the way things are supposed to be done. When you really want to solve a problem, you got to let both people talk, and you got to figure out who's right and who's wrong. And that's why censorship is so dangerous, because the correct answer to censorship, like this whole Kanye West thing, Kanye West is being canceled by all these organizations, and they're removed. The best way to handle Kanye West is the way Lex Friedman did. have a conversation with him and correct all the things that he's saying that you think are wrong, or that you think are generalizing, or you think are misrepresentative of the truth. But that's not the world we live in today. The world we live in today, we want to erase people if we don't agree with them. And then the problem with that is it scares people into communicating freely because they're worried that they're going to be erased next. So they'll conform. It's you're forcing people to conform to a very particular way of thinking, and it reinforces these ideas that you have to be a part of this one particular group of ideas and thoughts. And if you're not, there's consequences to that. And so people self-censor.